All right, I'd like to welcome y'all to our March Fountain Lake School District Board meeting. We'll start off with a pledge and a prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight. Just thank you for your many blessings. Just thank you for this district, Lord. Just be with us, Lord, as board members. Just do the best we can for our community, our staff, our students. Just guide and protect us, Lord. Just be with those that can't be with us tonight. I know some that are in the hospital sick, Lord. Just guide and protect them. Watch over them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Any public comments? No public comment. Monthly building report, and this is going to be Mr. Stage.
Yep. All right, how are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good. So just want to get started. We've had a lot of really great things going on at the middle school. We just got done with interim testing. This is our second interim test for the year. There was growth in almost every single grade level in the subject area as far as their scale score. They went up across the board. But I wanted to highlight one area where it really grew, and this was 7th and 8th grade math. Brittany Mayfield and Kelly Davis, both fantastic teachers. Last year, that group was 11% below state, and now they're 11% above state. And so they grew 22% in just a very short time. So really proud of the work that they're doing. And that's all attributed to the work they're doing in PLC. They're collaborating, working together, looking at data, and they're making decisions for kids, and just doing a great job with it.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, really proud of what they're doing. Great staff at the middle school, and a lot of the teachers have worked hard and seen a lot of growth. Another area where we continue to, I feel like have strong program is our PBIS program. You can see on the bottom right picture all the rewards that I have in my office. Kids come down every single week, and if they have enough tickets, they can get rewards. It could be a prize like that. It could be they get to go to the front of the lunch line. Things like that, just simple rewards. I do credit Office Depot. They donated all of those rewards, and anytime anybody shops at Office Depot, if they give money, they'll ask at the end, do you want to donate to a school? All of that money goes to Fountain Lake Middle School. So I would encourage people to shop there and donate money, because a lot of it goes to our PBIS program. And then thirdly, just made a lot of progress as far as teachers using data to inform. We've been doing specific formative and summative assessments this year. And basically what that means is teachers are taking the information. Kind of the old school way of thinking was you take a test, you're done, and you move on. But we really believe in taking a test, looking at the data, determining which students are struggling and getting them help, and then retesting those kids so that they master what they're supposed to learn. Our goal is to never quit on a kid until they master the concept. So we've been using data all year to make those kind of decisions. And you can see the growth that they've had because of that. A few areas of focus that we're kind of going into, starting to think about testing at the end of the year and then next year. For testing, after spring break, one of the things that teachers will be doing, they've already looked at the data from interims, and they're isolating the skills that students didn't do well on so that they can reteach those things. So what did they not? Maybe the first time kids didn't get it, we want to make sure that the second time around before testing, they are getting those skills so they're prepared for testing. So we have some time set aside for that. Secondly, looking into next year, and we've already been doing this with Aaron Jordan and Amanda Bean and Kim Richard, beginning to look at our essential standards for next year. They're doing a great job in those PLC groups of saying, okay, these are the skills that kids need going into the next grade level, and we need to make sure that we're highlighting those skills and getting them in our unit plans. So they're doing that work right now. And then thirdly, we're looking at what we call our HQIM, which just means our curriculum, the things that we purchase. Because the curriculum a lot of times is not designed for Arkansas standards, they're just designed in general for a lot of states. And so sometimes there's gaps in the curriculum. And so what we're starting to look at is, okay, here's our Arkansas standards, here's the curriculum. Where is the curriculum not meeting the Arkansas standard? We've got to fill in the gaps and make sure we're providing the content so that they can get everything they're supposed to get from those standards and from the curriculum. So we're beginning to do those work, and our specialists are really doing a great job of supporting our teachers to figure out where those gaps are. So that's kind of just kind of some highlights and where we're going. I want to say on the end of this, of course, I think everyone knows I submitted my resignation and will be moving on to superintendent role. But I want to say that it has been an absolute pleasure working here. The staff, the students, the community have all been fantastic to work with, and I'm very appreciative of everything, the whole experience here, and the way that the board has supported us through it. Thank y'all.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
We ain't let you go yet, so. Where you going?
Thank you. Next is going to be our consent agenda. Oh, I'm sorry. Come on, man. Come on.
Hello everyone, I'm sure that everybody in here probably knows me, but I'm Addison. I am your president of this year's 2025 to 2026 Student Council, and this is my vice president, Liam Peters. Yeah. So this is pretty much just a presentation to let you guys and inform you guys know what we've done so far this year, what we're going to do, and the plans we have moving forward.
All right, like you saw right there, that's Kobe the Cobra, a recreation of him, or a resurrection, as some would say. One of our initiatives this year was to bring more school spirit, especially with the 50 years that we had this past football season. So we recreated and resurrected Kobe the Cobra as one of our initiatives.
Also, as you guys know, each year the Student Council puts on both of our homecomings, football and basketball. And with that being said, this year was extremely special due to the 50 years of Cobra football. So we just really wanted to make it a big deal and make sure that we went all out on our decorations and making school spirit ride with our parade, which was something that we haven't done in a couple years. We had floats this year along with the cars that the girls rode in, so that was super cool. Yeah, we just pretty much wanted to make sure that we celebrated and highlighted our team's success this year because they were super successful in this football season.
Along with our first homecoming comes our second homecoming, which celebrates the basketball season. Due to the weather, we had to change our plans a little bit around, but we ultimately had a very successful basketball homecoming, and just to promote our school spirit.
Also, in this first semester, we are a student government club. We pretty much are the bridgeway between our student body and our administrators like you all in here. So we actually took a council-wide trip to the state capitol, and we also toured the art museum just to learn about our state's government processes and how some of those are similar to our board meetings, are similar to the meetings that we hold every week, and kind of the same similar processes that they do and what we do.
So as you see up there, we have Trunk or Treat and Say No to Drugs. Those initiatives are school and campus-wide, and us as student council leaders plan each year to attend those. This year, the Say No to Drugs was held in the safe room, as it usually is, and us as council members, we talked and discussed to all the little ones that came through about how to refuse drugs, and we passed out candy for them. And then for Trunk or Treat was another safe room event because of the weather, of course, but we got to shed a little light on what student council does for our community, and we talked about just a little our passions there and talked about that.
same concept. We love doing it for the kids, especially the little ones in elementary. Now, moving on to what we have upcoming this year. So at the end of each student council year, we hold in-house office elections. And so this is normally just everyone in our council votes on the officers that we're going to have next year. And normally at the next year, then we'll hold our representative elections, which in years previous, we've just had them submit videos to a Google form and then our student body votes on it. But this year, we wanted to kind of implement something new. We thought that it was time to bring COVID eras over, so we thought that it was time to bring back in-person representative speeches. So instead of them submitting videos like they normally do in the past, we're going to actually hold our election in the auditorium, where any representative who wants to run in front of our student body or student council gives speeches in front of the entire high school. So we thought that that was something good that we were going to try to do this year.
And we would love for y'all to attend that.
Yes,
When is it?
We
it's
don't-
going to be at the end of the year,
we-
probably May, late April.
Just let us know.
Yeah.
Of course. A next event that we have coming up that we would love to share with y'all is our 3v3 tournament. It's going to be held during our state testing for the high school. It will be in the afternoon because we have new testing times. It'll be a chance for kids to get out of the testing mindset and to relax, have fun, and watch some kids get beat in basketball, basically.
Yeah.
And then another event that we plan to do towards the end of this year is our Color Wars, another team-spirited, school-spirited activity with seniors being purple, sophomores being blue, juniors being green, and our freshmen being red. It's just a chance to have awareness and to talk about school spirit, because that's one of our biggest passions this year. Like we mentioned before, at the beginning of the school year, we have our officer meetings, and those meetings we talked about. School spirit was our biggest passion this year.
Not only with all of the fun stuff, while that is fun, we also always focus on philanthropic endeavors each year. And so this second semester, our council is going to be undertaking a campus-wide beautification. So this not only includes picking up trash on the campus, because we know kids leave their trash everywhere, but we're also going to focus on leaves, twigs, any debris around the campus, just making it look super pretty and presentable for any visitors that we have. So we just wanted to thank you all for your time tonight, kind of enlightening y'all on stuff that we do in the high school. It's our pleasure to continually serve our community and student body. We love it. That's why we run for student council every year. But do you guys have any questions for us?
Are y'all both seniors?
I'm a senior.
I'm Junior.
Junior? Okay. Y'all did a great job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Very good.
Very good.
Anything that y'all ever need from us, we're open. So
Yes,
just let us
we
know.
love to coordinate anything with y'all, just because y'all are the leadership for the adult side and we're the student liaisons for our student side, so.
Yes. Thank y'all for being great leaders.
Thank you.
Now we're on the agenda. So if anybody have any questions on that, if not, we'll consider those approved by unanimous consent. Anybody have any questions on that?
I don't have any questions, but could you just talk a little bit and just clarify the district registrar and that's not a new position?
Sure.
If you don't mind.
Yes,
just
yes.
kind of-
This is not a new position. What we're doing is we're transferring different job duties onto a person that's already in the district. And basically what we need to do is we're really wanting to streamline, one place where parents come in and enroll their kids. We're not having to make them travel around the campus to every building, making sure all information is correctly put in to eSchool. That way we can run our reports, plus some of our funding is tied to those inputs in eSchool as far as special ed funding, 504, any of that thing. We just want to make sure everything's streamlined so we have one person that's in charge of putting that information. I think right now we have multiple people putting things in, and they're our building administrator assistants are really busy during the day answering phone calls and having to put this stuff in, and it's just hard for them to navigate and make sure everything's correct in eSchool and making sure that we're taking care of. So this these duties will be transferred to one person, streamlined. They'll take care of all enrollments, all drops, all input into our state system to make sure everything's correct. Everything's spelled right, numbers are right, that way we can make sure that we can contact our
And
parents.
that's over the summer too.
Yes, because we have students that come in over the summer that are enrolling. They'll be part of new students registration, getting all that taken care of too.
And so the added, I can't open it, guys, I'm struggling just pushing stuff around here.
So it'll be a new, it's a job title with,
There we go. I got it. So the added stuff is the clerical stuff, because the special ed stuff was already on there.
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes ma'am, yes
And
ma'am.
the Medicaid, all that was already on there?
All that was already on there.
And this won't be, we talked a little bit earlier, but this won't affect anybody else's
No.
current or future
No.
contracts or anything like that? It's just relieving pressure, or some workloads off of
Absolutely.
specific people and moving it somewhere
Yes,
else?
yes, if you walk in the building and watch those ladies in the buildings, they are constantly answering phone calls, letting kids in, doing different things, and they are busy 100% of the time.
you could probably hire somebody full-time just to open up doors.
Well, the thing is, as I spoke before, in the roles I've had, in the summertime, it's really difficult because you don't have that first person in the office.
Mhm.
And they walk in or they try to get in and then they finally get in and whoever's working, whatever's administrative assistant is working, they're trying to do stuff and now they gotta stop, drop, figure out what's
Absolutely.
going on.
And this way, they can come here and we'll get them, it's a one-stop shop, you're gonna take
That's
care
awesome.
No, we didn't, like- Everybody good? All right, so we'll consider those approved by unanimous consent. Then we have items for consideration.
Yes, it's 2627 Central Office Principal Salary Proposal. I was approached about looking into these salaries, and so I did research, contacted AAEA. I got all their schools that are our size, that's around us in the county, and that are our size, looking at separating where people are lining up in different pay on that. So this is what I come up with, it doesn't put us at the top, but I mean, it gets us competitive with, and you know, my vision of taking this job is I want us to be competitive in every job that we have, for anyone. I want to attract the best staff and I want to keep our good staff. And so this was just a proposal. Any questions, I'll be happy to add.
I know we brought it to you to look at.
Yes.
Just to look at it and see if we need to align
Mhm.
from the top down or at the principal level. And then I also, when we talked about it, you're gonna look at one,
Yes.
I asked you to look at the rest of them too.
Yes,
So
sir.
that's kind of how we got to where we are today, is it was brought up about aligning the principals, and then if you align the principals, then you look at the tiers above them, and I asked you to look at that, and that's what you come back with, and I mean, did a lot of research into the other schools, and so.
So in full transparency, I was really concerned about the principals and the buildings. In my opinion, all of the leaders of the building are running an entire building.
Absolutely.
You know, and the responsibility to me is the same regardless of what other schools pay or what they don't pay or whatever. What we want to do here
Mhm.
is, to me, it makes sense that they all, you know, be paid the same amount of money. I was not aware that we were looking at the top
Okay.
until later.
Okay.
I didn't know there was any changes being made
Yeah.
there. So that was a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah.
I know you did share with us some of the local schools
Yes.
and the differences there, but there's no consistency there. In some schools, the district directors make more
Mhm.
than the principals, and in some schools, they make less. So there was no consistency. So I do appreciate you bringing us the 4A
Mhm.
ones, which were more consistent,
Yeah.
in which it aligns to this,
Yes.
you know, more similar to the schedule.
Anytime you look at salaries and you try to compare, there's no magic bullet. I wish there was.
Right.
Because it'd be so much easier.
State that Band-Aid.
Sure.
No. And I just, like, this is, like I said, this is just a proposal.
Yeah.
This is nothing, and this was the best I could come up with.
And I know we asked about the different principals, like how do they, the high school being, always being the top. And we asked that, knowing the best answer we got was like, that's just kind of how it's always been. And that's every school.
Yes.
You look at the elementary and the middle school and, when you're talking about graduation rate and testing, now you got elementary, you've got
Third grade reading.
third grade reading. They don't, if they're not reading by the third grade, and I can be the first to tell you, if we got a bunch of kids that aren't reading, then we're gonna look at something else.
Yes.
See what we're doing wrong, or see what we need to do better. But, they're held at a higher standard now, I feel like, or just as high of a standard as a graduation. So,
I work in every building at some point in my administrative part, and every building has their own challenges.
yeah,
Now,
absolutely, 100%.
I mean, some of them, like in the elementary, that was very challenging when you weren't used to elementary. But they have challenges just like the high school, middle school do. And I was until I got into admin, I was surprised that we didn't pay everybody the same. That surprised me. And so to put everybody on an even keel, I mean, I think that's fair.
I think at some point, somebody just took a dart.
Sir?
I think at some point, it's like somebody just took a dart. and
Well, at
started-
the time, the high school was the one getting tested. Am I correct? And now, with Learns and Atlas and all that, it's just, everybody, every building's getting something.
Yeah, so I'm the new guy, so you gotta forgive me. I don't know what everybody's workload is, and for me, as a boss, whenever I'm hiring anybody or giving a raise to anybody, you have to quantify what it is you're gonna do to make a company greater, more money. So for me, it's profit. In school, it's not quite so. But for me, being even all across the board, I don't know if I agree with that one. More for anything, it's the workload that you have to do, the requirements that you have to take, and then that in turn reaches the pay scale. Now, I couldn't know what each principal does. I mean, it's vast, I'm sure. But for me to say, hey, let's go even all across the board for fairness, well, I think fairness is more than workload than it is for the optics of making everything even for everybody. So, and on the heels of just getting a 2% raise, on top of that, getting another raise, like I said, for me, I'm sorry guys, I'm very tight. And I'd rather the money stay in the budget, and we can always give more bonuses later or higher raise later. But for me, I mean, some of you guys just came here about a year some change ago, and then a raise on top of a raise, or a bonus on top of a raise, and then another raise. So, I mean, that's, for me, it's moving a
I
little
think we're
fast.
gonna have plenty of time to talk about it. It's just
Oh, yeah.
this proposal. We're gonna, I'm sure, table it and discuss it. I'd like to see, I mean, I'm with him in a business, 28.1 new money. That's not the new money. I'd like to see, I don't know, our system, what's payroll costs at on 28,000?
25%.
25%.
It's higher now
Yeah.
with the insurance going on.
So, yeah, for me, there's some things to consider and look at.
Yeah. But I do agree that if we're getting more workload out of department, especially, third graders, reading habits and all that good stuff. So the more workload we get, I think the higher they should be also there. So, I mean, I'm not striking everything down per se.
Well, and I will, in my discussion of it, I kind of, I'm a little different than Val. I tend to think, okay, we're split. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings.
I got thick skin, don't
I mean, a principal's a principal. I'm on that. I mean, like he said, they've all got challenges, so I do kind of see, why do I get this up here? And it's perception of you're lower. Well, just because you have younger kids, you're not lower.
No, and I think at one time, there was more, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I could be wrong, but there was more of a workload on your high school principal? I mean, I'm just assuming that, I mean, you're looking at graduation
Probably,
rate, you're looking at, you know.
State standards and,
State
well,
standards.
curriculum type deal that give credits for classes and.
Well, I mean, but let's just say, I mean, Katie's in here, let's take elementary now, the third graders
Yeah,
gotta read.
agreed.
I mean, they got a lot on their shoulders too now.
Yeah, so
And
that's-
it's going all the way down.
I think
Totally agree with
it's
that.
probably changed a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Since, you know,
In truth, I don't care what other schools are doing, we've gotta do what we think is
Oh,
right
absolutely.
for our school.
yeah.
And if we think that the three should make the same, then the three should make the same, and if we don't know, but comparatively speaking to everybody else, you know, who cares?
Yeah,
And we've been so far behind for years. And now we're trying to get to where we're competitive. Trying to get, like you said, get good people in here and keep them here.
keep them.
Because, well, I mean, middle school principal job, let's say it goes to 102, we have directors that may want to take that job instead of what they're making now, because they can make a little bit more money. And you're getting closer to retirement, long way away, but closer. And, I mean, we want to keep our directors who are doing a great job in those spots.
You ADs don't do nothing anyway.
There might be a middle school job open. They get qualified, they can apply. No, I do think it's very good conversation. I do think there's a lot of good points. I do think that, it's something that we asked you to look at, and you did what we asked, and now we just need to mull it over and.
Take it over, I mean, it's a good starting point.
Oh, yeah.
Going towards that culture that we have.
Yeah, and I would say, Mark, you said, you know, we're trying to recruit the best and keep the best. What are we now on teacher pay?
Well, with us 2% raise and the steps we had last year, we're right up there. We have some teachers that are coming from neighboring districts that we possibly will hire tonight. That's getting a $2,000 raise coming from a larger district in the county.
Yeah, I want to say you said we were like 2 or 3
Yes.
in the county. So, I mean, that's what we want. We want to be able to attract and keep and hold on to and,
Well, it used to be we couldn't get them.
right.
Okay, it used to be, you know, nobody worried about Fountain Lake getting people, good people. And now, we're competitive enough that people are going, okay, I want to come to a good school district. And I can do it pay-wise,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I got 2 texts today from 2 larger districts, their superintendents asking me who I'm taking now from them. So,
Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
And I would say, you know, for the community, you know, talk about a report card grade. Some people I've heard kick around that we've got an F on our report card, which is
Incorrect.
incorrect, informed, but, I mean, we have great teachers, and we want to bring more great teachers and keep great teachers, so.
And we don't have an F on our report card, do we?
No,
No,
never
Okay.
have.
I just making sure. I didn't think we did, but I just wanted to make sure
no.
that I didn't miss something.
No, you didn't miss
And
anything.
as
Somebody,
as I was told, somebody said if we were in the State Department, we'd be here in our hip pocket.
yeah,
And they're not here.
No, they're
So
not.
Yeah.
we've never had
Yeah,
that.
F, I think they've cleaned before, they've done it before where,
Yes.
Yeah.
so you got an F, the state comes over, and takes over.
The State Department
Clean up
would
the
be the
board.
district, and Dawson Co-op would send all their specialists, and we would be
yeah.
jumping through hoops.
So, yeah,
We don't be going.
we're not there.
They clean the board.
And I don't see us ever getting there either, so.
So we'll keep talking about that.
So we're going to table that.
We're gonna table that. And we've got plenty of time, and, you know, we'll come back and look at this, you know, next couple of months.
Okay. No worries.
All right, any board member comment? Nobody?
Never had that.
Really? No comment.
No, sir,
No.
no comments?
All right, next is the executive session. I think we're gonna call an executive session, but we're not going to, make any motion afterwards, so. we'll just-
Except the.
Yeah,
the-
yeah, nothing coming out of executive, we'll just, do our resignations and retirements and hires after that.
All right. I'll go back here.
ready?
Mhm.
Motion to do individually?
Yes.
Okay, motion to accept the letter of resignation of Ashley Osborne, elementary teacher, effective end of the 25-26 school year.
All right, motion to accept the letter of resignation of Ashley Osborne, elementary teacher, effective at the end of 25-26 school year. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Motion to accept the letter of resignation from Janelle Fitzhugh, district aide, effective at the end of the year, it's 25-26 school year.
Motion to accept the letter of resignation of Janelle Fitzhugh, district aide, at the end, effective at the end of 25-26 school year. All in favor say aye.
Motion to accept the letter of resignation of Adam Stage, middle school principal, effective July 1st.
Explain that. He's waiting on the other contract for the May 31st, March 31st. So there, right now, he's got the contract for the July 1. The attorney is drafting up the March 31st.
So will we have to act on this one again?
No, we can act on this one right now,
Right.
and then when the new one comes in, he'll have another resignation at that time.
To accept the letter of resignation, Adam Stage, middle school principal, effective July 1st.
Motion to accept the letter of resignation of Adam Stage, middle school principal, effective July 1st, 2026. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Motion to accept the letter of retirement from Tammy Montgomery, elementary library media assistant, effective at the end of the 25-26 school year.
Motion to accept the letter of retirement of Tammy Montgomery, elementary library media assistant, effective at the end of 25-26 school year. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Motion to approve the attached list of classified employees to the corresponding positions for the 26-27 school year.
Motion to approve the attached list of classified employees to the corresponding positions for the 26-27 school year. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Motion to hire the following for the corresponding positions for the upcoming 26-27 school year. Love Doddridge, elementary teacher. Allie Islandfeld, elementary teacher, and Angela Bates, special ed teacher.
Motion to hire the following for the corresponding positions for the upcoming 26-27 school year. Love Doddridge, elementary teacher. Allie Allenfield, elementary teacher. Angela Bates, special education teacher. All in favor say aye. Aye. 5-0. Yeah. Ricky's daughter.
Yep.
And that's it.
Ricky.
Ricky
Oh,